Hey everybody, it's Kevin Davis with Team Element. Here doing a deck profile from the past weekend at Charlotte. Went to the celebration. Played in an open pod, went 6-1, came in third place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on with the deck profile. It's nothing extremely special, but I took Hirudegarn. Everybody knows what he does. Old leader, been around for a while. Basically, you just pitch a battle card, draw two, and he swings. Great way to keep advantage. Great way to just get rid of those dead hands, make your hand playable. When he awakens, he untaps 2 mana. And when he swings, if you got 4 mana, they put a card on top of their deck and you draw a card. So on with the deck. We're going to start with the overwhelms I went with. I went with 3 Banisher Fu, Dimensional Banisher Fus. I did this over Mass Saiyan. I was a little concerned with the green Broly. In fact, I did have a hard matchup. That was probably my hardest matchup all weekend, was the mono green Broly. But you'll see here in a second. I'll tell you the combo later on. I was able to beat 2 of the 5 that I played all weekend. It is a very tough matchup. It just is what it is. I got to figure something out. I don't know if I'm gonna keep running this deck, but I'll tell you the combo later on. But 3 Banisher Fu. I ran 1 Mira. This is for my Janima matchup. Great way to end the game. Double strike it with the Champas later on. I'll show you those. Alright. Real quick, I did run a 1 Godstrike Beerus. This card helped me twice all day. I'm probably not going to keep it in the main. It's definitely going to be in the sideboard for sure. The deck that it saved me from was the Height of Mastery yellow Broly. They did not get the Victory Strike, so he tried to game me with the Height of Mastery. And I untapped my leader, awakened my leader, untapped 2 mana, and took his triple strike away. Another match that it helped me in was against a Shinron deck. They did the whole triple strike, triple attack crap, and of course, I took away the triple strike. I mean, it's triple attack, and didn't die. So it did help me. It did win me a couple games, but that was pretty much it. The rest of the time, I sent it away with the leader effect, and it just drew me 2 cards really. I ran 1 copy of Group Leader Pilaf. I did this. I tried to do really the original idea was a psych out. So I would play this to just get rid of like a double strike or a crit or just something stupid. It wasn't real. I guess not stupid, but it did help me. And I guess I was hoping my opponents wouldn't think that I was running the 1 of Beerus since I was doing the 1 of Pilaf, since they saw Pilaf. And I don't know if that little psychological game worked. I just know that it did help me, and this did help me a couple times. The standard 4 Sensu Bean, 1 Unyielding, 4 Dimension Magic. I did 3 of the Xenos, standard. You just run 3, don't run 4. Super combos. Alright, on to the red. I ran 3 Champas. The only reason why I did 3 Champas is because I didn't have multiple foils of the Hidden Power E Supreme Kai. And these are Judge promos. So I ran these 3. And of course my 1 foil Hidden Supreme Kai. I guess the deck would be more optimal if you ran 4 of these over the Champas, but it didn't really matter. I rarely come into a situation where I need to play it, but that's the only difference. And with the Mirror, in combination with the, that's what I was going to get at earlier. In combination with the Mirror, you can basically give it double strike, and it's like a billion freaking K and whatever, you just win the game. Double strike. To go with the Zeno, you play the chain attack. That's pretty much the way the deck wins. You get to turn 4, you're at 4 life, they're at 4 life. You chain attack Zeno, you awaken, play some more stuff. On a good turn, I guess the best turn would be you chain attack, you reset everything, and you're able to awaken, get 2 mana back, and like I said, if it was a perfect turn, you'd be able to hit in the same turn. Swing with your leader, you get 2 cards out of their hand, and then they put 1 on top, and now they just basically you just beat them out with advantage after that. 4 copies of Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. Awesome card for defense, awesome card for offense. Not much you have to really say about that. It's pretty standard in all the decks. Pseudo Super Combo. Next up, you got the 4 hits. I think that's going to be pretty much mandatory in all of these versions of the decks. Able to look at their hand late game, just basically kill them in the end. I actually only ran 3 Burst Attack Son Gohans, and I never got the effect. I may have got the effect once all day. I've been really thinking about taking it down to maybe 2 or 1. I just really, like I said, I just never really got the effect. There was a couple times where I guess the crit mattered, but other than that, it was just a red card, 3-drop crit. It really was nothing special. I only ran 3 of the 1-drop intensifying power trunks because honestly, turn 1 I'm not going to play it and swing anyway. It's kind of a waste of a mana, waste of this card. They're just going to kill the card next turn anyway. So it's only good for 1 crit and you're taking a life. The only time I ever played is if I got a double strike Champa or East Kai in my hand, so I can get that double strike crit. And with the way the deck draws, I'm going to see, if at 3 I'm going to see it plenty. In fact, I rarely ever tap 2 mana to evolve anyway. It was never, the evolve was never really needed. I ran 3 copies of Kaba. I actually loved running 3 copies of this. This was the MVP of the day. I played against quite a few Janimbas and quite a few decks that just needed to kind of set up for a few turns. And I was able, especially against Janimba, this deck has an awesome matchup versus Janimba. I can come out swinging double strike turn 1 with this, or my first swinging turn. And then the next turn I can come out with this, give it double strike, pump it up. I mean, I can really throw in some damage quick, make it to where when I chain attack Zeno, they're at 4 life and I can just beat them out. 3 copies of Digging Deep Vegeta. This card is awesome in this deck. Helps you awaken. I did play it a lot. I do not think it ever won me a game per se. But awakening, getting that 2 life, because some folks, especially Janima, they don't want to awaken you. They want to kind of stall you out at 5. And it just kind of forces that to happen. You can kind of get in there, awaken up, start rolling. It is 20k swinging twice. They do have to combo twice, not take a damage. Like I said, I don't think I ever swung with this card for game, but probably playing it in general has helped me win the game. And that is it for the main board. I'm going to go over a couple sideboard things. Nothing crazy, but I just want to kind of tell you the strategies of some of the cards I chose to run. This deck pretty much auto loses to Cold Bloodlust, so I side decked 3 minus kill zones. I love this card. It wins me tons of games when I side it in. A personal side deck choice, when I told you I was going to go over a strategy, reason why I ran Dimensional Fu in the main deck over Mass Saiyan, is the Broly, the green Broly actually pretty much beats me every time. I just, for some reason, I can't get a handle on it. So as an idea to try and beat it, so they go into the 6-drop, or you force them into the 6-drop. You play Banisher Fu, you warp it, it can trigger its effect for them to play the 8-drop. They discard 2 cards, they play the 8-drop. Then you play this card. You tap 2 mana, Father-Son Gallic Gun, and you put the 8-drop back in their hand. And now they basically got to start over and they're down a 6-drop. The couple of every match that I played over the weekend when I did these 2 as a combo, it actually did prolong the game and give me a chance to try and win. It did. Most of the games that I lost against Green Broly, we both were at like 1 or 2 life. It came down to like 5k or so. They were really close games. And without this combo, I wouldn't have stood a chance at all. I promise you. They would have just rickrolled me the whole time. Even though I didn't win most of the matches, I didn't lose, just absolutely get blowed out. So I'm definitely keeping this and this. These are 2 really good combos. I think I never got to play against Prison, but my mind is set on that. I bounced back the 8-drop, and now I can play cards, and they got to discard 3 more cards along with a 7-drop to get the 8-drop back out. And hopefully by then I've got a second one, and we just keep making Prison just sort of sit there and cry. Against Janimba, to help me with the matchup against Janimba, I side in 3 of these. So the whole game, you basically, once you get 1 in your hand, you're good to go. you let Janemba mill off, or you combo with it, or you send with your leader effect. You send the second one you draw. You just need one in the grave. All you need is one in the grave, one in your hand, and then for the whole game, every turn, because they're gonna mill you 2 or 3 or 4, you basically just overwhelm, add this back to hand, overwhelm, add this back to hand. Basically every turn you get to do this, and the whole game you're just hitting them with double strikes back to back to back. Then when you think you can go for game, like you play a hit or something, you see their hand, you know they're not going to survive this turn, you know you're going for game, you can play this. Instead of grabbing its second copy, you grab like a super combo, or you grab the Champa to double strike something or whatever, and it helps you go for game because you got the hit double strike, you got this double strike, you make your leader double strike. If you got anything else on board, say digging deep or something, it's just more attacks, you just go for game. So the whole game you just basically loop these over and over and over and over. And that's pretty much it for the sideboard that I took over the weekend. Some ideas that I've got moving forward. Super Shenron, Danny, I can't pronounce his name, but nickname Danny Hype.
No, that's not Danny Hype. Danny
Nugent. Okay, Danny Nugent, my bad. He won with that Super Shenron, and I do not think this deck would do well. That's probably not a favorable matchup for this deck. So what I did as an idea, of course, I'm probably going to side deck moving forward the Striving to be the Best Son Goku, and probably this card right here. It's King Yama, Soul Supervisor. Yes. What it does is you pay 2 mana, you play it, and you can choose 2 non-black cards in your opponent's drop area and put them at the bottom of the deck. So the object is here is you just keep putting their Bulmas back in the bottom of the deck, because I know he said without the Bulmas he can't do anything. So if he's got a Bulma on board, I'll probably just warp it, and if he's got any Bulmas in the grave, put them on the bottom of the deck. That's basically going to be what I'm thinking is going to control the game from there. Either that or, like I said, Son Goku Striving to be the best should help me versus that deck as well. And we'll see. I don't know. We'll see moving forward. Something I teched because I didn't have a 4th copy of Banisher Fu is the Bardock Fully Unleashed. It's just another way to get the 6 and 8 drops, or the 8 drops. I'm sorry, just the 8. I think just the 8 drops. Like I said with the combo I did earlier with bouncing it back to the hand with the Brolys. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Like I said, placed 3rd, and had a great time. It was honestly the best event I ever went to. I've been playing card games now for at least 15 years, maybe longer. And by far, this was the best event that I ever went to. ARG did a great job. It got me super hyped for playing this game again, and can't wait to go to the next event. So, all right, well, guys, thanks for watching the video, and you have a good one.